Hello. Um, hello. I'm doing another sort of multi-recipe Stardew stream. I'm cooking all of the foods that you can cook in Stardew Valley. I have set rules for this to make it fun. Rule number one, I have to use all of the ingredients that are listed in the game. Rule number two, I can add any other ingredients as long as they are not available already in Stardew Valley. If it was in the recipe and they have it, then it would have been in the ingredients list. Rule number three, as much as possible, create the recipes myself. Rule number four, as much as possible, use local and/or forage ingredients. I don't really have that on any of this. Five, as much as possible, take inspiration from the in-game images and descriptions. Six, as much as possible, try to make them actually tasty, even if they're not actually necessarily pitched as it. And of course, rule number seven, have fun. I'm doing sort of a bulk. Um, the way that my computer is set up, it is angled sort of down, but that means that when I'm not back there, I have to sort of crouch down strangely. It's fine. Um, so I am doing several things that just I think kind of make sense to do together. Um, Slash, I'm making both dinner and dessert. So, the things that I'm making today are sashimi, which is raw fish sliced into thin pieces. The ingredients are any fish. Yeah. I'm also making maki roll, fish and rice wrapped in seaweed. Um, the descriptions on these are pretty straightforward. That is any fish, seaweed, and rice. And I am making mango sticky rice. Sweet mango and coconut transforms this rice into something very special, which involves mango, coconut, and rice. So my plan for this is I'm gonna cook the rices at the same time, not well, separate pots because they need to be different. But just gonna do that and have them going at the same time, and then I will sort of go from there. Honestly, what I probably should have done, which I did not think to do, is made the sushi rice earlier so that it could cool off before I need to construct the stuff. But it's fine. It's whatever. What am I looking for? That. Okay. So, um, step one is I'm gonna rinse this rice. I'm gonna use this. It's not actually short grain, it's medium grain. But they had store brand medium grain rice and they did not have store brand short grain rice. So I was like, I will get the medium grain, which is a lot cheaper. Um, I'm gonna use it for both. Um, of the both the Maki Roll rice, which I will have leftover of. I'm gonna make a cup of that. And I don't think I'm gonna need a cup of rice. So I need to gotta keep this straight. I'm gonna do the probably the sushi rice on the front burner. And I'm gonna get that started first. So gotta rinse these bad boys. Um, the the sushi rice is gonna not really be sushi rice, because typically sushi rice has sugar and rice vinegar in it. At least when I have made it from recipes. I honestly usually, well, I'll put like a little bit of sugar in there, but I don't put a lot of sugar in there. I have definitely said this before, but I don't really like when something that is savory is sweet. Um, I'm not a adding sugar to sort of savory things person typically. Um, but also like a little tiny bit of sugar is not gonna make it taste really sweet and not to my liking. Okay. Sushi rice. Start going. So I'm just gonna make it normal rice. Actually probably should put some salt in there because I don't think I'm gonna add salt to the um fish directly, and like the seaweed also has salt, so it's not like gonna be completely bland. But this is probably will be good. Yeah, so basically just that's gonna be plain normal rice. This mango sticky rice, I'm gonna do a different style on account of that's how the recipe works. I am doing. I'm just gonna cook it in the coconut milk, which is something I've done before. Not as specifically like mango sticky rice. I did it to have like a. I don't remember what it even was. I made some sort of thing that I made rice with, and I was like, I bet coconut would be good with this. I think it was some sort of like harissa something, fish maybe, or tofu. Are you boiling already? Not quite. Um, Sorry, I'm losing my train of thought completely. Uh, I have cooked rice in coconut milk before, and I'm pretty sure I did do a cup of rice to a can of coconut milk. If the ratio ends up being horribly off, whoops, but I sort of have a plan for that. So I am going to get this coconut milk in this pot. And my plan for the mango sticky rice is I have a mango, but I also have a can of mango juice. And so I'm going to use some combination of that to include mango. And if the coconut milk ends up not being enough liquid, I will probably just mix in some mango juice. I'm planning on, I think, doing that at the end anyway. My plan was just to do that. I will clean that out later. Okay, you are boiling now. That probably will not actually need a full 18 minutes, but it's fine. Okay. Step one. I'm gonna make the sashimi. Sashimi and Maki Roll are going to both be tuna, because that is the easiest sushi grade fish for me to get. I got a tuna steak, um, and I am going to. I should probably actually turn on the burner for this coconut milk rice. That might help it cook. Okay, step one. I'm doing sashimi. I do have more tuna steaks in the fridge, but I was this one is the biggest, so I'm kind of hoping I can just make this happen with this, and then use the two little ones tomorrow. But we will see. If I need more, that's okay. All right, sashimi done. It's tuna. It's good. Um, so there's one of the three that we're doing today. And put the rest of this rice away. Um, my hand soap is out, and I need to refill it. Okay. Um, I am, I think, going to just slice up the rest of the tuna now, um, and then throw it back in the fridge until I'm ready to construct the Maki Roll. I'm always like scared when I cook with like when I cook like rice or something like that in milk, whether it's normal milk or like a coconut milk situation. I'm always really worried that I'm gonna like mess it up by boiling it. That is boiling. Where is my other lid? There it is. I was like, I know I've made a point of washing both of them. Okay. You go back in the fridge for like 15 minutes or whatever. I'm gonna wash this so that I can um, cut up my mango without getting tuna juice all over it. Okay. The added bonus of cutting up this mango is that I can use some of it in this mango sticky rice. I may actually use all of it in the mango sticky rice, TBD. But if I don't use all of it, it will already be cut up and I can eat it tomorrow morning and I won't have to cut it then, which is great because I I wake up like half an hour before I you need to start work. Um, so being able to have things already kind of prepped for breakfast is convenient. Um, I say that I did go get donuts for breakfast today because the kind of fancy donut place near me has mostly seasonal flavors, I think. I think they probably have a couple that they always have, but I saw that there were new ones that sounded interesting, and they were pretty good. I'm also just snacking on this mango. So I'm not going to go to the effort to cut the little slivers off of the skin, but I will go to the effort of eating that. Oh well. Um, I can do that later though. Also gonna I like usually stir rice a little bit when I cook it, so as to not have it stick to the pot. And I feel like this is usually pretty successful. Um, okay, this can just sort of go on there. All right, let's. One thing I don't. Mango is like one of my favorite fruits. One thing I don't love about mango is that it's really hard to see sort of where the um like pit is when you cut the first like side off. I feel like I always hit it, no matter which way I go about it. But such is life. Well, I've definitely also hit it here, so maybe I'm just bad at sort of mango cutting. I think this is honestly true about me, even though was gonna say even though I've done it many a time, which like I have, but I also many a time have just like gotten the mango and eaten it directly off of the itself without cutting it up. Um, I have a very fond memory of going uh, kayaking or two. I'm pretty sure that was kayaking. Um, and I don't know if it was the only snack I brought. It honestly might have been. But at least a snack I brought was just a full mango, not peeled, not anything. And I just like sort of tore into it like a wild animal, which is great because you're like on the river and your shit is boiling over and it's really embarrassing. See, this is what I'm afraid of when I cook milk. Um, it's fine. Everything is okay. I only got a little bit of coconut milk on my stove. It smells a lot like coconut in here, let me tell you. Sort of the main sensory experience happening. Anyway, yeah, when you're like on the river or whatever, and it truly could not matter less if you are getting mango juice all over yourself. Pretty fun time. I recommend it. Okay, I think that's all that I'm gonna be able to like nicely slice. Um, so the rest of the middle of this mango is going to go on this plate with the skin for me to sort of go wild animal mode on at another juncture. Okay. Okay, coconut milk can rinsed. Oh, it's trash night. I should take my trash out. I should have done that earlier while it was still light out, but such is such is life. Um, yeah, you're not gonna boil over again. You can't trick me this time. I can't turn you down anymore. You are as low as the burner goes. So, please behave. Okay. Um, so I really don't. Oh crap! Wait, do I not have? Oh, there it is. Okay, I was like, I definitely thought I still had seaweed, and it was going to be really embarrassing if I didn't, and had to like put my stream on pause to go to the store and get some. Um, but it's fine. I didn't. I do have it. It was just hiding under the tortillas. Um, yeah, so normally when I make something sushi adjacent, it's just like onigiri that I then kind of give up and make into a roll. Um, or I make actual onigiri if I like don't have seaweed on hand. And I'll usually just use like canned tuna for that because it is cheap and easy, and I don't have to remember to thaw it. Um, but either when I'm doing that, or when I like actually set out to make sushi, usually I will put vegetables in there. Um, but actually, wait, is cucumber in Stardew? I had it in my head that it is, so I didn't get any. I thought it was like one of. There's not cucumber in Stardew Valley. This is so embarrassing. I could have gotten cucumber. I don't think I have any, but let's like find out in case I'm wrong. I don't have any, unless there's like a random pickle jar in here somewhere that has cucumber. No, my random pickle jar is just carrots. That's so sad. Okay, well, I was about to start lamenting about how I'm not allowed to put cucumber in there, but actually I am allowed, and I just won't because I thought I knew the answer and was wrong, and so I didn't look it up. Um, and I really thought cucumber was one of the like new vegetables in like 1.6 or whatever, but I guess not. Um, okay. Well, This Maki Roll is gonna be just rice and seaweed and tuna. 'Cause carrots are actually in Stardew. Hold on. Carrots are definitely one of the new ones, right? Um, let's play a fun game called Do I Actually Not Know Anything About This Game? There are carrots. I'm not allowed to use carrots, even though there are no recipes that use carrots on account of the it being new. Um, but I have said before that I'm not allowed to throw broccoli into like stir fry because even though it's not in any recipes, it is in the game. Um, okay, this is probably pretty close to done. I'm gonna try a little bit. Okay, it definitely needs more time, but it has absorbed most, if not all, of the coconut milk. So I think I am gonna add some mango juice to it. Just gonna kind of eyeball it. I have more if I need it. And like mix this up. I think that also makes sense because it is like yellow in the image. Um, okay. But you are almost done. Add more time to that for the thing. Check on you, which are probably actually done. Yeah. Let's see. I can like get a little bit. It will not be crazy hot, but it seems probably pretty done. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Um, I'm going to let this rice cool off a little bit while I think about sort of how I want to do this. Um, let's get out. Let's get out a big square plate, and I'm gonna have like a piece of kale or something randomly. I'm gonna scoop this out and kind of spread it out a little. Oh, should I? Okay. This is like spread out so that it will cool off faster. I think I'm gonna not throw it in the fridge, but maybe I'll change my mind about that in a minute. Okay. How is this doing now? Definitely more cooked. I am gonna add more mango juice. I'm gonna maybe add the whole can. I'm gonna add the whole can. Can't hurt. And I think that, like, for this, I kind of want the rice to be, like, a little bit overcooked. I don't know if, like, specifically overcooked is what I mean, but, like, less al dente. Ah, this is so embarrassing. I, like, kind of hate the timer noise, so I usually will just, like, stop it before it's done. But sometimes I am doing something else, and I forget. Okay, this is all mixed up. It's very wet again. Gonna keep that going for a little bit longer. 5 minutes, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna sort of feel that with my heart, but I don't want to like forget about it. Okay. Mix up this rice a little bit. Sort of the main reason I don't want to put this rice in the fridge to cool off faster. I don't feel like making room for this big plate in the fridge. Um, but again, we'll see if I change my mind on that. I think that I don't have to get more big plates dirty. I think I'm gonna wash this cutting board again. I'm gonna use this to construct my Maki Roll. Are you dry yet? Yeah, cool. Um, so I kind of think that it probably is sort of a two-piece of seaweed situation, but we'll see. Maybe it will prove to actually be a one piece of seaweed situation, and I will cut it into four. I'm also gonna kind of just try and dry this off a little faster. This is the downside to the wooden cutting board, is if I want it to be actually dry, I do kind of have to wait. Okay. It's like I want the rice to be cool enough that I'm not gonna be like, ooh, ouch, my fingers when I'm touching it. Um, and also since it is raw fish, I don't want it to cook the tuna. But I am kind of okay with it if it's like warm. Even though in a probably ideal world it would actually be like fully cool. Um, as previously mentioned, it did not occur to me that I should maybe do cook it like earlier and then let it cool off in the meantime before I started the stream. Alas, oh well. Um, it's a balancing act between wanting to like cook the thing in a way where it will be good, and also wanting to cook the thing in a way where it will be done quickly because I want to eat dinner. Okay. How's it going, mango coconut rice? Still real soupy. I might actually move this up just because it's an easier burner to work with. It's in the front. My hope is that I did not add too much liquid too late, such that the rice will not absorb it, but I think rice kind of will just keep slurping stuff up. And it's also like not, um, like there's still a little bit of like bite to it. So like I definitely think that this rice has the capability of absorbing more liquid and getting softer. Let me take a look at how difficult it would be to make space to throw this rice in the fridge for 5 minutes. I mean like a little difficult, but it's definitely doable. I'll be so brave and sort of stack all of my weird things. Okay, let me actually put cling wrap on it instead of letting it loose in the fridge. I want it to be cooled off, not stale, which, again, I really don't think it's going to be sort of a long enough situation for that to be a big issue, but does that fit? Yeah, it does. Let's go. Okay. Ugh. Speaking of tuna, tomorrow is my Conniversary, which is what I call the anniversary of when I got Connie. It's also my friend's birthday. Shout out Josh. Tomorrow is Easter. Actually, I guess not to dox my friend, but he lives somewhere where it is already November 20th. So I guess it's now what's it called? His birthday for him. I gotta remember to say that. But also I think it's like really early in the morning where he is, so he's probably not awake. Okay. I think it looks less liquidy than it did when I last checked it. So that's good. Um, yeah. We've reached the part of the cooking where I'm just standing around, and normally I would just like either go in another room and do something else or stand around the kitchen but on my phone. Oh, I wonder if this avocado, which is not for today, but actually, what am I saving this for? Could it be for today? Could it go in my um thing? Let me let me think about this. What other things am I making for dinner later this week? Oh, yeah, I need it. I need it for the like avocado paste I need to make for a beautiful sandwich. And I don't think I have another one. This is so sad. I should be in the habit of getting an extra avocado. Um, oh well. Yeah, I don't know. I am like kind of tired. I've had a very busy week so far. Um, actually not that busy outside of work, but my job's been really busy. And I have done more of it than I normally would by the end of Wednesday. I think I've worked like almost 30 hours already this week. Which means that depending on how much stuff there is to do on Friday mostly, I think I'm gonna have a normal day tomorrow. I can either go home, well, stop working early, or get overtime, and either of those is fine. I don't have complaints about either of those options. Um, I thought today was going to be chill, and then it wasn't because I had the previous 2 days this week. I was working on just a really big, long, tedious project that I finished yesterday, and I just needed to like look over a couple things one last time and like see if anyone had feedback for me before I send it back to other people. Um, and so I was like, awesome, I can work on other stuff that's less tedious and it's not due today. And then I was like, oh, I can work on this thing that is due today, but is also not that tedious. And while it was not tedious, it was more involved than I thought it was going to be. And it took like half the day instead of like 2 hours. So then I had other stuff that I needed to do to not have tomorrow be really busy and annoying. This is my corporate ding dong life. Um, okay. It's still like slightly more liquidy than I would like. I am gonna let that continue to happen for at least a little bit longer. This is not meaningfully less hot, so it is gonna live in the freezer for a couple minutes. And I'm like looking at my pantry to see if there's anything that I would want to put. I may. Is this in the spirit of the Maki Roll recipe from Stardew Valley or not? I'm also going to turn the volume down a little bit on this because I think I saw that I was perhaps peaking the volume a little bit earlier, which hopefully I wasn't. Hopefully I was kind of in the normal range, but now it is looking like pretty good. I'm assuming that the OBS volume gauge is probably pretty similar to the one when I used to do radio, in that you want it to be kind of just getting to the where it turns yellow, and you want to avoid going into red because that's what peaks it. But I don't actually know if that's the case. My beautiful kombucha has been sort of strange in that the SCOBY lifted itself up out of the kombucha, and I didn't notice. And I was like, man, why is this kombucha taking so long to ferment? And I think it is maybe because the SCOBY was not in it, so I fixed that. But I still have not gotten to where it's ready. Let's see how it's doing now. Okay, I should probably change it out this weekend. It's not crazy. Like, it's still sweet. Clearly, there is still some unfermented sugar in there, but it does actually taste like kombucha. Um, which is good. And I think it probably could use some fresh tea. Um, I will have to figure out what flavor I want to do. Probably I'm not gonna bottle a ton of it just because the thing is not as full as it normally be. Okay, I think this is probably good. I'm gonna leave it covered, but not on a burner anymore. And I'm gonna clean up slightly. Then I'm gonna make my Maki Roll, even if the rice is still kind of hot. Um, Actually, I probably should have left that pot in the sink because I washed it after my roommate used it, and because I knew I was gonna need it. But I don't know. It feels too passive aggressive to be like, I washed it after you, so you need to wash it after me now. Which, sometimes I'll do if I'm like, I don't need this again, and I know you're gonna need it before I do. Um, because usually it's the other way around. So this piece of seaweed definitely absorbed water from my cutting board. So I might not use this one for the Maki roll. I have another one already out, and I have more in the bag. So it's not that big a deal. And I might just snack on it. It's not that sort of soft, but no, actually it is kind of. This is an interesting way to eat seaweed. It's sort of like a seaweed jerky. actually sounds very delightful. Um, and I'm sure someone has made that on purpose and not just by rolling up a slightly damp piece of nori. Wow. Um, Rice, get out of here. No more freezer rice. It actually is noticeably less hot. It's like not cool, really, but sort of lukewarm at this point, which is good enough for me. Let me also get the tuna back out. Okay. Gonna see if I can just use like a quarter of this rice to cover this seaweed. Just gonna put the whole quarter of it on here. Oh, the bottom actually is cool where it was touching the plate. I'm just gonna use my fingers to really spread this out thin. I feel like the Stardew Valley Maki Roll does kind of seem like it would have a really thin rice layer. That said, I don't think this is enough rice to really spread all the way out, which is fine. I can use more. That is what I have more for. I'm like not totally sure how well you can see this, but I don't know that it's sort of the most riveting cooking content, visuals, etc. that you could hope for. Okay, rice has happened. Reason I wanted to not use all of the rice because, as previously stated, I think I want to. That's probably about half of the tuna. I think I would like to make two of these. I need to have enough rice to do that. I don't have like a sushi mat. Um, what pow? There's one. Okay, I actually, I was like, oh, I can avoid needing another plate. That's actually not true. I do need another plate, is sort of the unfortunate truth of the matter. Okay. So, as previously stated, I usually just do sort of an onigiri situation. And I usually don't bother cutting that when I make a roll. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Okay. Yes. We're back. We're still back. Okay. I am going to get a second piece of this and make a second one of these bad boys with another sort of chunk of this rice that I will just sort of mash into the thing. I really wanted to rice max, I could have also made rice pudding, but I don't want to like go too entirely crazy on making a bunch of dessert to have around because number one, gotta pace myself so that I don't like have too many things to pick from and then like some of it goes bad before I can finish it. Um, Relatedly, number two, I'm gonna be gone for like half of next week because somehow it is already almost Thanksgiving. Um, which is really sick and twisted that time is allowed to move that fast. Um, and so I will not be here. Number three, depending on when I end up doing this, I may do it as a stream and make it the cookies stream. I would like to make cookies sometime soon. I have some somewhere. Got some, I think, butterscotch chips. It might have been caramel chips. Honestly, I don't entirely remember. Um, I was thinking that it might be sort of fun to do the because my plan for when I do cookies, because obviously it's like kind of they look like chocolate chip cookies. It doesn't specify, I don't think. I'll have to look and check. If it says it's chocolate chip, I'll make normal chocolate chip. Um, Obviously the Stardew Valley cookies look like chocolate chip cookies, and so my plan has been that I'm gonna just make the usual chocolate chip cookie recipe I make when I get to those. Um, but I've been thinking it might be fun to make basically that recipe, but also throw some additional non-chocolate chips in the mix. And I think that is probably allowed by the rules of my challenge. Sorry, I kept getting sidetracked. Okay, I will present this. Here's my Maki Roll of the tuna variety. It's good. It is. Oh, I started saying this and then I didn't finish my thought. And apparently, I did not remember about it. It's perhaps too late now. But I was gonna say, I wonder if I should put hot sauce in it to make it spicy, which I think would be. This is what I was saying when I was like, I don't know if this is in the spirit. I guess I can also get on some soy sauce for actually eating it. Um, Anyway, slightly blander than I would normally make it on account of there's not vinegar in the rice and there's not veggies, but it's rice and seaweed and fish, which are things that I like on their own and together. So still pretty good. I am probably gonna make some like spicy soy sauce. I don't have wasabi, which is a shame. I do have sushi ginger. Um, Technically that's not allowed because there's ginger in Stardew. So I'm not gonna use that. I'm gonna put mango in here for whatever I don't use right away because I'm gonna use this little. It's not the easiest to see. with the lighting. There we go. This little smiley face bowl I have because it has the two little handles like the bowl that the mango sticky rice has in Stardew. Oh yeah, this is congealed somewhat. Perfect. Okay. It is hot, which is fine. I think it probably will be good chilled, which is how I'm gonna eat most of it. Well, I want to like serve it cutely, but to do that I would have to put so much of it in here, and I don't want to do that. So instead, I'm just gonna do um so good at getting cat hair on everything in the world. Okay, here's my steaming hot mango sticky rice. Um, my thought is with like putting the mango juice in there, in addition to letting the rice get kind of cooked through more, was that it would be like some extra sweetness because I feel like this feels like it should be sweet, but obviously I can't just like add sugar. Okay. I have managed. Oh, good God. There we go. Okay. When I touch my Bluetooth headphones, it will pause or play whatever is happening. And when it's connected to my computer, it just sort of will sometimes arbitrarily pick something and start playing a YouTube video that I forgot I had open in a tab somewhere, making it hard to talk while there's people talking in my ear. Okay. I think that it is. The ratio of mango to coconut is a bit too coconut, I think, for what I think the vibe of this is supposed to be. It is sort of coconut rice, which is a normal and classic tasty food. And it's like, it's not bad, but I do think, oh, it might be good. Is if I throw a little bit, where is it? Coconut cream in here. I'm not going to read the ingredients in case it has added sugar. I think it probably has added sugar, but that's coconut also. And I feel like not sort of a disqualifying thing. There are definitely other pre-made ingredients that I think I have deemed permissible that probably also technically have impermissible ingredients. Well, see, I think that does like a little bit more sweetness than just the coconut milk and mango juice, I think is good. What I didn't think of is that I was just saying it has too much coconut, and I've added more coconut, which does make it more coconutty. Anyway, uh, this is so embarrassing. Yeah, I feel like probably also like dicing up the mango into smaller pieces and mixing it in would be good because the bites that have the mango in it, are really good. Um, yeah, I think in the future I would probably do maybe like maybe make like 2/3 of the liquid the mango juice and the last third be the coconut milk, which would probably be less creamy. Like the texture is very nice. Or just like half and half, maybe even would be good. I do think I'm gonna experiment on this, just sort of on my own time. Um, but that is all three of the things that I was gonna make done and tasted. So I believe that is all I have to do on this stream, and I'm gonna go eat the rest of my Maki Roll and figure out what else I'm doing this evening. Probably reading a book about writing. Okay, bye.